It is now my extreme pleasure to introduce your commencement speaker. Dr. Marla Jabbour is the Senior Scientist for the Information Directorate of the Air Force Research Laboratory in Rome, New York. He's the Chief Scientist for Information Assurance and Cyber Technology at the Air Force and is widely recognized as one of the leading cyber experts in the world. Now, Dr. Jabbour was on the faculty at Syracuse University for 2 decades as a computer engineering professor and for 3 years as department chairman. And he's published more than 60 journal papers and conference proceedings and has supervised numerous theses and dissertations. As great of a scientist as he is, he may be just as well known, though, as an avid distance runner who has penned over 300 articles on running and has run marathons in all 50 states and has run 14 miles since being on the Tech campus. We've known Dr. Jabbour for many years, and over that period of time, he has challenged Louisiana Tech to establish a strong program for educating students in cybersecurity and information assurance. He invited several of our faculty and students to participate in the challenging cybersecurity boot camp that he has developed at the Air Force Research Laboratory. And Dr. Jabbour has provided considerable advice and support that led to Louisiana Tech establishing the nation's first cyber engineering degree program in 2011. Today, we will graduate the first 5 students from that pioneering program, as well as numerous others in computer science, computer information systems, and other disciplines who have benefited from his guidance. Please welcome a special friend of Louisiana Tech, Dr. Marla Jabbour.
President Guice, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most important today, members of the graduating class of 2015. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to speak to you and to join you in celebrating the accomplishments of our graduates. 6 years ago, historian Dr. Marla Jabbour and I wrote a thought piece on cyber education in which we compared cyberspace in the second decade of the 21st century to outer space in the 1950s. We believed that the time has come for a Bachelor of Science in Cyber Engineering. With half a century of higher education scars between us, we knew the words of author Joel Barker: vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision just passes time. Vision with action can change the world. Dr. Les Guice shared our vision, and he created an action plan to change the world. 3 years ago, Louisiana Tech admitted several students into the nation's first cyber engineering program. Today, we celebrate the first graduates from this program and award them the Bachelor of Science degree in Cyber Engineering, the first in the nation. Thank you, Dr. Guice, for your leadership and for recognizing and securing the future. What is cyber anyway? Just like religion, politics, and sports, everyone seems to be an expert on cyber. Everyone has strong opinions shaped by weeks of listening to other people's opinions. Seriously though, unlike religion, politics, or sports, where faith alone guides our beliefs and opinions, cyber is governed by the laws of physics that enable the creation, transmission, processing, storage, consumption, and destruction of information. Just like Bernoulli's principle governs flying aircraft and Kepler's laws govern orbiting satellites, Maxwell's equations govern information in cyberspace. Some seek to compare the computer to the human brain and the transistors in a computer to the neurons in the brain. The human brain contains about 100 billion neurons. By comparison, Intel's latest microprocessor contains 5.5 billion transistors. If we take the estimates of the electronics industry of 4 billion computers worldwide, 6 billion cell phones, and many more embedded computers in everything from refrigerators to planes, trains, and automobiles, the number of devices, 10 billion by the number of transistors, give us an estimate of the size of cyberspace of about 1 sextillion transistors. That's a very big number, more than 1 billion times more complex than the human brain. What I'm trying to say here is that cyber is a complex engineering discipline that requires a lot of mathematics and physics, where faith alone will not cut it. I take my hat off to the new cyber engineering graduates who probably discovered for the first time today how complex their discipline is. Anyway, let me move away from Bernoulli, Kepler, and Maxwell and return to the reality that all of our graduates, not just our cyber engineers, will face tomorrow when the fanfare dies down and this speech is forgotten. Graduates, as you forge ahead in your careers, be mindful of the difference between wanting to become someone or seeking to do something. To be someone important or to do something significant. To be or to do, this is the question. I urge you to aim to do something important with your education, and this will require you to take risks. Take risks before you forget what it is to take risks. Take risks while you are young, and learn from the failures of others whenever possible to accomplish your objectives. Risk-taking has biblical roots in the parable of talents, where the servant who risked the most gained the most, and the servant who did not take any risk was called worthless and cast into the outer darkness. Such is life. Do not go through life as spectators. Do not aim to be someone important. Take risks and seek to do something significant. As you seek to do significant things, let your core values guide your path. In the United States Air Force that I serve proudly, we instill in our airmen 3 fundamental and enduring core values to guide their lives, their choices, and their decisions. Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Yet the theory and the practice of these core values often come into conflict. Let me start with integrity first. Integrity is a personal choice. A choice to uphold oneself to standards of honesty, fairness, morals, and ethics. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is looking. It is my moral compass in everything I do. An inscription on the Air Force Memorial in Washington, D.C., attributed to Senator Margaret Chase Smith, a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force Reserves, reads, "There will be demands upon your ability, upon your endurance, upon your disposition, upon your patience. Just as fire tempers iron into steel, so does adversity tempers one's character into firmness, tolerance, and determination. Integrity requires you to resist peer pressure and to maintain moral courage even when the personal stakes are high. Graduates, someday you will face a conflict between loyalty and integrity. When a close friend does something wrong and you are the only witness, when you face that conflict between integrity and loyalty, which value will rule your day? The second Air Force core value is service before self. Colonel Bill Gray, a retired Air Force officer and my gray-beard senior mentor, taught me to take care of myself so I can take care of my family, so they can take care of me and support me when duty calls me to serve others. Graduates, take care of yourselves. Take care of your minds and of your bodies. Maintain a curiosity and a thirst for knowledge. Read a book or two every month. Exercise every day. Run a marathon or 2 or 50. Spend time with your family and friends away from work so that when duty calls, you will be fit and ready, mentally and physically, to serve others before self. The third Air Force core value is excellence in all we do. You will face two conflicting demands on excellence: expediency and perfection. General George Patton believed that a good plan, violently executed now, was better than a perfect plan next week. Expediency won the war. On the other hand, you may have to decide when mere excellence is not enough and a situation demands perfection. To save the crew on Apollo 13, Gene Kranz exemplified the pursuit of perfection over excellence. Graduates, did your education equip you to tell the difference? In a culture that glorifies instant gratification, remain true to your values. Seek perfection and deliver excellence in all you do. Now, the time has come to send you off with two lessons. My father was my first mentor. He taught me to work hard. You do not need to read too far into the Bible to come across the message. In Genesis 3:19, the Creator commanded Adam and all of us in perpetuity, "You will eat your food through the sweat of your face until you return to the earth." He made no mention of endowments, entitlements, early retirements, governments, or helicopter parents. Graduates, this biblical truth is cold and simple. Nobody owes you anything. You must earn everything. You must earn everything the hard way, the working way. It is your sacred duty to work hard to earn your food through the sweat of your face. My second lesson comes from our 40th president. Ronald Reagan appeared to the best in me. He was the reason. I knew this was going to be tough. He was the reason I left behind everything to come to America. A shining city on a hill. His most inspiring words spoke of freedom. He said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We did not pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, defended, and passed on to their children and grandchildren to do the same. Otherwise, we may spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free. My generation did a lousy job with freedom. Today, I pass this charge on to you, commission you to fight for freedom, to defend her, and to pass her on to the children and grandchildren to do the same. Graduates, go forth and run with endurance the race set before you.